Last we left Ricky, or me as I like to call myself, he was racing from Chisinau, Romania to Chisinau, Moldova in time for the national elections. Ricky travels the road to Transnistria. Bulgaria, Romania, Moldova, Transnistria! Boom! Chapter 7, Chisinau, Moldova. Hot Moldovan Babes. As a quick sidekick to this episode, it is helpful if you know a little bit about recent Moldovan history. Nom nom nom. Moldova was part of the USSR as the Moldovan SSR until it declared independence in 1991. In April of 2009, after being pressed by the EU to reform Moldova's electoral process, a national vote was held for parliament. The Party of Communists of the Republic of Moldova, or PCRM, won the majority of seats, 60 out of 101, with the other 41 seats split between three liberal-oriented parties. Though the OSCE said the vote seemed fair and free, there were some inklings that it had been tampered with to give more support to the communists, including the accusation that dead people had miraculously voted. Upon hearing the results, some activists and opposition leaders organized demonstrations in the center of Chisinau, but on the second day,
the government of Moldova is urging demonstrators to stop the violence. Protesters have taken over and are looting the presidential palace and parliament. Government negotiations with the opposition leaders have failed to bring results.
With allegations of police brutality being widespread, the third day of demonstrations saw many protesters arrested. However, peaceful protests continued for the rest of the week. A recount was had, but still showed that the Communist Party had won 60 seats. Yet, 61 out of 101 votes were necessary to elect a new president, and after two attempts at winning over one dissenter from any of the three opposition parties to vote with the Communists, the incumbent president dissolved the parliament in June and called for re-elections in late July. July 29th to be exact, and that day is today, and we are in Chisinau.
Good morning, guys. You know what today is? It's the Moldovan elections. So the plan is to go meet up with Katja and two of her friends who are Dutch, who are journalists. They rented a station wagon. We're gonna drive around to little villages and see how the voting's going. Now, the little wrench thrown in the thing here is that last night at 11, they got word that 7 journalists were arrested preemptively.
Still, we set out, not sure if the rumors were true. We had 3 villages to visit a la the Dutchman's plans, and we couldn't have done so without our awesome Moldovan translator Anka figuring out directions at every crossroads.
De la trasă. De la trasă înseamnă că sunt...
And there I learned that music makes voting even more awesome. I wandered about, and everyone was super nice. They even gave us a bottle of wine. I was also notified by Katja, Anka, and the Dutchman that I might get into trouble taking photos without a press pass and ID papers.
Please turn right. Yeah.
Too bad I wasn't told earlier.
Turn right, turn right!
On to the second village, which was primarily Romanian-speaking as opposed to Russian-speaking. Moldova is ethnically 70% Moldovan, and the Moldovan and Romanian languages are virtually indistinguishable, to the point that Moldovan is oftentimes called Romanian. Ethnic Russians and Ukrainians take up about 10% each, with the last 10% comprising of groups like Romanians, Bulgarians, and the Gagauz, which are a Turkic-speaking Orthodox Christian community in the southeast. Super cool. Voting at the first 2 stations looked like it was going swimmingly, without any disturbances whatsoever, so we figured we could take a break and run for breakfast before the third and final village. And while the rest of the group ate around the car, I wandered off down the road and found me some wonderful-ass stork babies.
That's mama.
The third polling station was a wee bit harder to get into, as in I was barred entry, or rather kicked out because of my lack of official papers.
Wait.
We're mostly just hanging out, eating breakfast, which consists of a stale roll with jam.
It was stale? You told me you liked it.
I did like it, but it was kind of stale.
Yeah, I figured. Sorry.
I like the jam part.
But after the Dutchmen had their fill of journalizing, Anka invited us to her organization's lunch party off further in the countryside. I was sat amidst a bunch of 20-year-old Moldovans who were awesome. Neither Anka nor Katja were sitting near me, so I got to fend for myself in Moldovan and Russian, which I did poorly. But luckily, my main man Victor came to the rescue with the international language of wine, which I speak to excess.
Little bit.
Alright, drink it, otherwise we can't leave.
Everything? All?
I liked listening to the music and loved bonding with the Moldovans around me. Both Victor and his friend Lumanica spoke English to the degree that we could partake in jovial jokes and pleasantries. As I stood up, Victor, Lumanica, and their friends poured me another glass of wine and insisted that I drink the whole thing at once before I leave. Ha! How nice. But then they insisted I drink 2 more full glasses of sweet Moldovan wine. It was delicious, but 3 glasses right away were a little much. They also insisted I do it standing on my feet. I thought it was mighty fun, but I wanted to know if there were a custom behind it.
Say it in Romanian.
And there was. It's called the horse's feed bag. It's drinking 3 drinks on your feet on the run.
Nice to meet you.
But on the way home, Anca gave me a little surprise.
Why do you drink 3 drinks?
You don't have to drink 3 drinks. I don't know why they just
Really?
gave it. They wanted to be nice to you.
Oh, you actually need just 1. They just love this huge human 3 times that much.
You still have some wine in the bag.
Yeah, that's true.
Ha! Even Anca was being polite. And by polite, I mean force-feeding me delicious sweet Moldovan wine.
I'm not sure this is the best idea.
It's the best.
Okay, Rick, seriously? What am I gonna do if you...
Ready?
No!
Oh, I seriously haven't done that since I was 12. It's like adrenaline. Let's go document some more elections.
Let's do it!
Next time on Ricky Travels.
Hey guys, it's 7:30 in the morning. I'm about to make my first venture into Transnistria.
Yeah, if you find a safe way to get there.
I can know a safe way. It's called bus.